2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena. Looking at the Thunder, at 5th place in the Western Conference, maybe they haven't taken the leap forward they had hoped to this season, but they haven't taken a big step backward either. And we expected Giannis Antetokounmpo to continue to improve.
Say that 3 times, fans.
And we expected Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, that's twice.
And we expected Giannis Antetokounmpo
Very
to continue
good.
to improve. But what a leap he took last year, putting up huge numbers across the board. Guys, he looks like a superstar in this league, doesn't he, Shaq?
Ernie, OMW.
OMW.
Oh, my wow. There's nothing that this kid can't do on the floor.
Oh, my
Height,
wow.
Speed, length. He's impossible to guard.
Wow.
OMW.
OMW is true for sure. And there's no limit to how good this guy could be.
What's his name?
OMW.
Oh, the Greek Freak.
Oh, my wow.
Giannis the Greek Freak. That's how I call him.
Tip-off coming up shortly. Time to send it to Kevin.
Is Mama named him the Greek
Harlan.
Freak? I'm going to call him the Greek Freak.
The Bucks continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup on the road. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. And that's certainly what we have in store for us today. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. Looking for a different outcome this time around, the Oklahoma City Thunder took the loss in their last matchup in this season series against Milwaukee.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
Boys, nice line.
It'll be the Thunder off the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got Chris Middleton. Brogdon out there at Bledsoe. Then it's John Henson, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the 4 slot. And as Milwaukee continues to invest in the Bucks and this whole franchise, the upcoming stadium just one part of the equation. The team also starting their first year with an exclusive G League team.
Well, and that team is out in Oshkosh, Kevin, and should act as a really good resource for developing young players for the Bucks. I mean, a lot of teams have followed this trend, and the Bucks, they went from plan to action very quickly with that.
And here's Bledsoe. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. To the middle, here's Henson, and John Henson with the slam.
When he's deep inside like that, he's looking to jam it down. An efficient scorer, John Henson.
Brogdon against George. Feeds it to Westbrook. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Here's George following the basket by Russell Westbrook. George with no one around. No good off the front iron.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Bledsoe against Westbrook. Now here's Middleton. D right on him. Good work defensively by Anthony. Pull-up jumper. And yes, it's good.
Anthony's pull-up shot is lethal, guys. Exceptional at shooting while in rhythm.
Looking at the last game for the Oklahoma City Thunder, it was a loss to the Raptors.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Well, the effort plainly was not there. I mean, they often settled for tougher, lower percentage shots, and it makes it hard to win.
From outside the arc. Rebounded by the Bucks. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Excellent awareness from Antetokounmpo, sensing the chance to impose his will inside and then capitalizing really easily.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. What a tremendous game he played against Minnesota. Here's Bledsoe, and that one is good. Bledsoe's got his first points of the night. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Westbrook against Bledsoe. Anthony in the corner. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Oklahoma City.
And no doubt they relied upon that 3-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Antetokounmpo kicks to Henson. Pass to Brogdon. Bledsoe against Westbrook. Bledsoe passes to Henson. On the wing, George. They get it back. Now on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And the free throw, no good. For a young player, Clark, it's adjusting to the speed of the NBA and the length of the schedule. So how do you power through that rookie wall? How do you survive that?
Well, there's no magic formula, Kevin. You just have to stay the course because it comes in different times for different players. For me, it was after about 60 games. I was a starter playing 34, 35 minutes a game. So it was a combination of fatigue and just getting used to 2.5 times more games than I had ever played in my career. So you fight through it, stay with your habits, stay with your preparation, and eventually you find your legs.
That doesn't go either for George.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
For three, Middleton, good, and Bledsoe gets the assist.
Presence of mind, really important. You know, this game is more mental than physical. And Middleton is a guy who stays in the moment. He's exceptional at knocking down a good shot off a good pass.
Brogdon with it. Westbrook picks him up. Brogdon kicks to Middleton. Makes it off the glass. Middleton's got his second basket of the night.
Got to D him up better than that. I mean, when he's got a smaller guy on him inside, that's dinner. Barbecue chicken.
That sounds good. I love that.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and it's good, 2 points.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Adams, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Bucks leading by 3. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Back to Bledsoe. Brogdon against George. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Looking at Malcolm Brogdon, the first thing that jumps out at you is his poise. He's steady, unflappable, never in a rush, always playing at his own pace. And for a young player, that's not something you see very often.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. And Brogdon does play with a very even keel, almost poker-faced when he's out on the floor and doing his thing. But Clark, you know, he puts in work whenever he sees time.
And that's the key. And I tell you what, when I saw him at Virginia, I looked at him, his demeanor, his skill set, his approach, and said, this guy's going to be in the league for 12 years. I mean, he just has that look and presence about him. Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, he's a professional. And that says a lot about what he brings to the table.
Here's Roberson. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. He took good advantage of that screen. Anthony's got 5 now.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Now, here's Brogdon. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Minnesota.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Here's Roberson. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Roberson dishes to Westbrook. The layup off target.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Buries it from 3-point range. Now it's a 6-point Milwaukee lead.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now here's Anthony. He has 5. To the wing right side. 6 to shoot. Here's Roberson, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's 7'3" wingspan, extraordinary. I mean, he's effective in rejecting shots, bothering shots, and stealing the ball.
The shot by Brogdon, no good. Thunder trailing by 6. George passes to Westbrook. The offensive rebound. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Milwaukee.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
First free throw is good. Clark, when you look around the NBA, is there one point guard you wish you could have played with in your day?
There's a bunch of them out there, Kevin. I mean, Chris Paul is so good at orchestrating the offense and getting his guys good quality shots on a regular basis. Steph Curry is underrated, I think, as a passer. His shooting spaces the floor so well. Damian Lillard is outstanding. I think John Wall would be a lot of fun to play with because of his speed and his ability to create opportunities just by getting into the lane. So those are 4 guys that I would have loved to hang out with.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. The Bucks shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Ferguson's checked in.
One shot.
That free throw good from Dellavedova. And what an advantage it is for players in the Bucks to be able to pick the brain of Coach Jason Kidd. Kidd is a player who found success in so many formats, under so many schemes, under many coaches, from winning NBA titles as well as international titles when he played the game.
I don't know how much more I can embellish that, but you're right, Kevin. There's a lot to be learned from old number 5. I mean, Kidd has also shown a knack for imparting his knowledge, which is rich and deep, to his guards. And when you've got a young team like the Bucks are, to have a coach with Kidd's experience and IQ, man, what a blessing for those guys.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Collison with the screen for Felton. Over Dellavedova. Felton can't get it to go. Bucks leading by 6. Stolen by Grant. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ferguson. Muhammad covering. Collison with the screen for Felton. And there's the pass to Ferguson.
Yeah, but the defense is doing a pretty good job of contesting those long-range shots.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, limiting their accuracy. Three-pointer is such a big part of the game today, but it's really about balance when you're an offensive team.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Ferguson. 11 points for him in that last game against Toronto. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Milwaukee in the lead. The shot by Muhammad. Nobody around. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Passes it to Felton. It's stolen by Maker. Collison. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And let's see the leading three-point teams in the NBA. In the third spot, the Bucks.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
Here's Collison. Jabari Parker making his last shot. Collison kicks to Felton. The feed now to Grant. Lock at 6, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Grant's got his first basket of the night.
The superb work ethic of Grant. My, what a nice soft touch inside.
Here's Roberson, covered by Toledovich. A nice shot by Collison. And now just a 5-point Milwaukee lead. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Dellavedova kicks to Muhammad. Out to the wing. It's Parker, top of the key. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Man, you can just see how polished Parker is inside. His post game just shines and glows and glitters. I mean, if he gets the ball in a good spot, he's really comfortable going to work.
Now here's Felton. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ferguson. No good with the elbow jumper. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And Russell Westbrook, a guy who has faced some criticism, also a guy who is extremely critical of himself.
It's tough, and I'm still learning every night to be able to come out, to know when to score, to know when to pass, to know when to be aggressive, to know when to slow down. It can be tough at times because I want to do so well, and I want my teammates to do so well, and I want to win so bad.
Well, you have to love the competitive attitude, the desire to be great, not just for himself, but for his teammates, too.
And the emphasis on winning. That's why so many people in the league feel that it's just a matter of time before Westbrook puts those finishing touches on his game.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Yep, pounding away on the boards. I mean, controlling the backboards. It's been a huge difference so far.
Andre Robertson out there with Grant. Then there's Nick Collison. Then there's Felton. And it's Ferguson in at the 2. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Well, Clark, you had the distinct honor of playing horse against the former president of the U.S., Barack Obama. You lost that game, I don't want to remind you, but I want an honest answer. Did you let him win that contest?
Kevin, the deal is that it was an unbelievable privilege to play POTUS. We changed the letters of that game back in 2010, and I let the president up. I gave him life after I had him down, and he took advantage of turning the momentum in his favor. He won fair and square. I did give him an opportunity to win, but he's on top in that matchup, and I think it ended up being good television. And while some of my former teammates look at me with disdain for having lost a horse game to the president, I think it was all intended to end just the way it did.
And so here is Oklahoma City after the basket by Milwaukee. Outside Collison. Over Maker. Collison, no good. Bucks leading by 6. Here's Muhammad. Off on the layup.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Felton kicks to Roberson. Here's Ferguson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And Muhammad has it in the corner. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Muhammad's got his second basket.
Yeah, he's a powerful wing player, Kevin. Muhammad, I think, likes to operate in the painted area best.
Grant gets a wide open look and not sure what he was thinking there. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Three-pointer to Ledovich. Here's Maker. Back to Parker. Dellavedova from outside, and it's good on the assist by Parker. And now it's an 11-point Bucks lead. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Outside Collison. Outside Felton. Pass to Ferguson. Sinks the three-pointer. Ferguson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Anything you can do, I can do better. We got a little gamesmanship going on.
Yeah, a little mano-mano, back and forth. Guys going at each other, giving this game a little bit of edge and personality. I like it.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's got 6. Felton with some nice D.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Ferguson's shot is good.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Now here is Dellavedova, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Parker inside. A beautiful reverse layup. Parker's got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Felton. Jabari Parker making his last shot. There's the screen. Ferguson. They get it back. Here's Collison. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Thunder have shot 50% from the line today. 3 for 6.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And the first one at the line is good. And Clark is a Midwest guy. You grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player, you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind for how they helped that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucks' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucks teams in the early mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
Thunder trailing by 8. Now Westbrook, his last outing with 20 points. From 11 feet away, Anthony's shot is off.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move.
Yeah.
That was, Kevin. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Clark, what is amazing about how Giannis plays is how much ground he can cover. It's like he shrinks the floor with how long and tall he is and his stride when going end to end or just attacking the basket.
Agreed. And how about this? I mean, he's Euro stepping at 7 feet tall. I mean, that's like a dance move, and this guy's doing it with ease. His size and movement and grace. Looks like at times he's on another planet playing against the best players in the world. The Greek Freak has set a standard on what it means to have elite athleticism in the NBA that very few can match.
We always talk about what a good shot is from time to time. Clark, how would you define a good shot in the context of an offensive possession?
To me, Kevin, a good shot is a shot that a guy can make 60 to 80% of the time when he takes it. Whether that's a three-point shot, your post-up moves, your mid-range jump shots, those are quality shots. And then the other piece of it is you don't want to take a lot of contested shots. You can make them as a pro, but good shots are shots you can make 60 to 80% of the time, and usually that means you're getting open shots versus contested shots.
Middleton dishes to Henson. Back to Middleton. Pass to Brogdon. Shot clock at 5, and Adams sends it back. Brogdon against George. Left side, Westbrook. Over Bledsoe. Westbrook, no good. Bucks leading by 5. Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. The shot, no good.
Loved how they guarded that layup. Didn't make it easy, which I think is why he missed it.
To the paint, out to Anthony. Fires the 3. Here's Adams. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Looking for Henson. He gets it there. Shoots over Adams. No good there off the double clutch. Oklahoma City's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. And John Henson with the slam.
That giant wingspan of Antetokounmpo, man, wreaking havoc on opposing players and really mucking up passing lanes too, man. He can be everywhere with that ferocious motor and those long arms.
The Bucks have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Henson.
The former Tar Heel, John Henson, is incredibly efficient on both ends of the court.
Patterson, the screen. Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Adams with the screen on Middleton. Deep 2 from Anthony. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Henson in the corner. Back to Brogdon. Baseline J on the way. The offensive rebound. Henson's shot is off.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Bucks leading by 8. Middleton left side. To the middle. The dish to Antetokounmpo. Over George. And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And you watch Antetokounmpo play out there, and he looks like a supersized point guard with how he moves and gallops and initiates the offense. The term is point forward, but the bottom line, Clark, is that Giannis is the orchestrator when he's on the floor.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The assist numbers grow every year for Giannis. He causes a ton of mismatch problems, and how you guard him on the perimeter is always a quandary for the opposing team.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And that one falls for Middleton.
Well, Chris Middleton is one of those really efficient guys. Stuffs the stat sheet. He's a smart player with his decision making and very efficient. Does all the little things that coaches like to see in a player.
Now here's Anthony. 5 points in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And with Middleton, the numbers back up his impact beyond points and rebounds. The Bucks were a much better offensive and defensive team, Clark, when he was on the floor.
Yeah, he elevates the play of everybody because he's smart, he's selfless, he's skilled, and the fact that he's gone through some adversity and the way he's come back from that injury last season, it really gave that young Bucks team a lot of confidence.
For Milwaukee, they have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And no secret here. This is what you need to do with the lead. Hit your free throws. And they're having a great second quarter at the line.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
That one good for 2. Adams has got 5 points so far.
Yeah, nice unselfishness by George, zipping the ball to one of his guys as soon as he sees him open to get the shot off.
Bledsoe dishes to Henson. In the corner, it's Brogdon. And the 3 off target.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Brogdon. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo. For 3, Bledsoe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And it's 7 points for Eric Bledsoe. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And, you know, that's a second foul early in this quarter. I think he's got to be much more cautious in how he defends now.
Westbrook with it. 8 points for him.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see. Great effort, terrific instincts. That's just solid all-around play, Kevin.
And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. He feeds it to Henson. Back to Bledsoe. Shot clock at 6. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Henson's shot is off.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's George again missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And here's Westbrook. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. Here's Anthony, and again it's Oklahoma City.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Grant, he's checked in for Patterson. Andre Robertson comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Ferguson's checked in for George. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. Parker, he's off on that one. Adams, some nice D. Thunder trailing by 14. And Robertson has it in the corner. Outside Felton. Dishes it to Grant over Parker. Misses off the left iron. And the Bucks with possession. They're on a 15-6 run. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. I just love what Muhammad can do, Clark, for a team coming off the bench. Always looks to attack the basket, and when he is locked in, can function as one of the better 6 men in the league.
Yeah, you know, for some guys, Kevin, being a rotational player off the bench is a hand-in-glove fit. And I think Muhammad falls into that category. I mean, you can give him a start if you needed to. He's not the best defender, but you love what he brings on offense, particularly if he's coming off the bench.
And that one falls for Muhammad.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
Nick Collison's checked in for Steven Adams. Muhammad hits them both.
You know, Shabazz Muhammad was one of the biggest names in all of high school sports as a senior. He's still trying to find that same kind of buzz and groove at this level.
Now here's Felton. Offline with his 3.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. Thunder trailing by 16. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Can't connect from 13 feet out. Here's Muhammad. He had 13 points in the win against Minnesota. There's a good screen. There's Parker with the 3. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Bucks on top as they end the second quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, you know, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 16 points, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
The freak is in the house, and he's tearing it up. One of the longest, most athletic guys in the league. The big thing for Giannis to work on now is consistency with the shot and his willingness to play physical when he has to.
And now Shaq. Let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Antetokounmpo in this game has been everywhere.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
Yeah, a real game changer in that regard, too. I mean, his activity was great. Excelled at finding ways to come up with those steals.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. On the court for the Bucks, Bledsoe is out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Chris Middleton, and then there's Antetokounmpo, and it's Henson in at center. Here's Middleton. No good that time. Good work defensively by Anthony. Thunder trailing by 16. And George kicks to Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Anthony's got the first points of the second half here for the Thunder. The Bucks shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Henson with the screen. Bledsoe kicks to Brogdon. Adams, some nice D.
Yeah, good interior D there, prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Bledsoe against Westbrook. Bledsoe passes to Middleton. Back to Bledsoe. Now, here's Brogdon. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And they will call over the back on the play.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
I thought maybe with a little more hustle, he might have been able to get around him, but he was just a step late.
Adams with the screen on Middleton. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. And no good, trying to use the glass. Here's Bledsoe. Here's Henson. And slam dunk by Henson.
Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle of spreading it around.
Thunder trailing by 14. Westbrook kicks to Adams. The wide open look here for Anthony. A second chance effort. He doesn't hit that one. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Feeds to Henson. The pass to Brogdon. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 6 rebounds in the game. The three from George. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists tonight. Bucks leading by 11. Bledsoe outside. Henson with the screen. Antetokounmpo dishes to Bledsoe. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing. And the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Westbrook kicks to George. From past the arc, And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Westbrook.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
Now, here's George, following the miss by John Henson. Good work there as it goes.
How about this run there in the midst of, on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead?
Has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
Brogdon the pass to Henson. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Henson's, one of his greatest attributes is his agility, feasting on every opportunity to roll to the basket after setting the screen.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Bucks leading by 5. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Middleton dishes to Antetokounmpo. There's a screen. The shot by Brogdon wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's George. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. George has got 8 here in the quarter.
There's not much a defender can do when George decides to go up with the pull-up. I mean, you got to respect both his shooting and his driving ability because of his speed on the dribble.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
First one falls for him. And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
You hit it right on the head. And, you know, as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo has the complete and total trust of his teammates. A real Swiss Army knife, a versatile guy. Does everything and anything that needs to be done with the basketball in his hand.
Now here's Patterson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboards.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating. A guy like him cannot be left alone around the hoop. If you do, it'll be buffet style all day long. Plenty of seconds right there.
Westbrook kicks to Adams. Screen by Adams. Back to George. Adams with the screen on Brogdon. 6 on the shot clock. Here's George. And that one comes up a bit short. Bucks leading by 7. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Bledsoe. Off target with his 3. The Thunder have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. To the inside. And George with the stuff.
Boy, the high-flying acrobatics of George. Something to behold. When he leaves the ground for these alley-oops, you drop your jaw in awe.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Here's Antetokounmpo. Paul George making his last shot. Yes, that goes in. And that's now 20 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And I think they're winning because of him. I mean, he's hitting a lot of his shots right now.
And there's the feed to Carmelo. On the wing, George. He's guarded by Brogdon. They get it again. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
Milwaukee leading by 4. Now Dellavedova. He's got 6. He dishes it to Parker. He kicks it to Maker. It's hauled in by Collison. Collison's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Grant. Oklahoma City the rebound. Milwaukee is getting blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Teletovic from outside, and it's good on the assist by Parker. And the Bucks lead by 7.
This is how confident Teletovic is. Wastes no time at all in getting his shot off after getting the pass.
Screen by Adams. Ferguson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Dellavedova. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. Back to Parker. Just 5 on the clock. Over Collison. Parker's shot is off. Oklahoma City shooting it quite well in this third quarter, 53%, and the offense is rolling. Ferguson misses.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far. And I think all the credit goes to the defense there, Kevin. Exceptional job getting the shooter to rush that layup.
Teletovic. Three-pointer, Dellavedova, and he's good on the 3-ball. Dellavedova's got 9 points.
Nice to see Dellavedova square up from deep. Has a nice touch from downtown.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for Milwaukee.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Here's Ferguson. He has 6.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Well, Thon Maker is a project player, Clark, for his team, taken 10th overall in the 2016 draft. Has great size, and he moves well, but it's going to be a few years before he gets to where he needs to be.
I agree with you, but with big guys, you can afford to be patient when you see that they have a work ethic and a commitment to getting better, are willing to learn and grow, and then you factor in his athleticism and size. I think it's a weight that's going to pay big dividends for the Bucks.
Free throw good from Maker. So he gets them both. Here is Felton. Pass to Grant. Oklahoma City moving it around. The dish now to Collison. Shot to stop the run. The second chance effort, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Boy, I like seeing the ball get to that spot. It doesn't get much better than that.
5 attempts for him at the line tonight. He's made 3.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Guys, I think free throw shooting, and Steve, you can speak to this, is all about rhythm and confidence and He hasn't been able to establish any rhythm there this season.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
Bucks leading by 9. Dellavedova, the pass to Muhammad. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Dellavedova missing. Oklahoma City shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Grant sets a screen for Felton. Ferguson. No good on the 3.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now here's Parker. He's got 6.
And, you know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
Felton dishes to Collison. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Felton's got 3 assists now in this one. Milwaukee's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Dellavedova kicks to Parker. Teletovic in the corner. 6 to shoot. Stripped it away. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Thunder trailing by 7. Felton the pass to Roberson. Here's Ferguson. 6 points for him. Collison with a screen on Muhammad. Shot clock at 5.
And I don't know if he needs a rest in this quarter or what, but he needs something to get off the snide.
From downtown, it's holding by Collison.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
This will make 5 trips now to the free throw line for him tonight.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. Collison hits them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
And the dunk by Parker.
Man, it's so good to see how Dellavedova plays to his strengths, guys. I mean, specifically how he finds the open man. Nice.
Now here's Felton. Pass to Ferguson. Jumper off the screen. They get it again, and he comes up with the deuce. Collison's got 9 points now in just the second half. Bucks leading by 5. Dellavedova kicks to Parker. He feeds it to Maker. Parker inside. He's covered by Grant. Here's Muhammad, and it's good on the assist by Parker. 8 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
Phenomenal court vision by Parker. He really has all the tools to be a great player in this league.
Hands it from downtown.
That defense was totally lost. Don't know how you let a shooter get off such a clean look from beyond the arc. Come on, you got to pay attention.
Now here's Parker. 8 points for him. Some solid defense from Grant.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Teletovic in the post. Lays it up off the glass. Teletovic has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Teletovic has great touch inside. A skilled scorer near the basket.
Felton with the ball. To the right side. Down low, Collison, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
they didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Bucks lead by 4. And we'll be back with you right after this. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
Defensively, keep talking, right? Keep helping each other. We get the rebound, don't get in early, pick and roll.
And Jason Kidd telling them what it's going to take, all 5 guys communicating on the floor.
And calling for the early pick and rolls, you can get really clean looks that way before that defense is able to kind of lock in.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. They've got Grant. Felton is out there with Ferguson. Then there's Andre Robertson. And it's Collison in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
That one is off. Good on the second free throw.
Well, he did enough there. He made it a 2-possession game, at least.
Thunder trailing by 5. And the pass to Ferguson. It's Robertson, top of the key. To the middle. And Maker sends it back. Kicks it to Parker. And the dunk by Parker.
Excellent control from Parker that time. So good at taking the contact and then adjusting his shot in the process.
And the dunk by Grant.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. But it sure does look good.
Timeout called, the Bucks. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Henson's checked in for Thon Maker. Chris Middleton comes in for Mirza Teletovic. Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen in on what Jason Kidd was talking about with his players. He told them, hey, they're ready to give up. We're close to winning this game, but we're not done yet. I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well he got the point across.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Parker dishes to Henson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Patrick Patterson.
You know, Kevin, you got to be careful guarding Henson when he's deep inside. A physical big man who doesn't shy away from the contact.
And that one misses. Second free throw, no good. Thunder trailing by 7. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And it's Westbrook again missing. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And stolen by Patterson. Anthony, the pass to Westbrook. The 3 from George. That one, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. At one point, they led by 16.
And when and if you allow Parker to get to the basket, I mean, you risk seeing him punch it right in your mug. I mean, his athletic ability is deceptive, but it's real.
Here's Roberson. The 3 from Anthony. The Thunder with another miss.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Drops in the tray. And now it's a 12-point Bucks lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Bledsoe. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. And Middleton kicks to Henson. Passes it to Brogdon. Over to the left wing. No good from Bledsoe. Oklahoma City's gone ice cold from three-point land. 0 of 4.
Oh, wow. And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Now here's Parker. And here's Bledsoe. And stolen by Patterson. Here's George.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed. And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Parker against Anthony. And that one's good. Parker.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Now here's Westbrook. Dishes it to George. Back to Westbrook. Shoots the 3. Another miss by Westbrook. Bucks leading by 8. Here's Brogdon, and it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflection.
Bledsoe with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Pass to Brogdon. Henson sets a screen for Brogdon. Back to Bledsoe. Lock at 6. From the arc. They grab their own miss. Kicks it down to Middleton. Lets it go with a 3. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Adams checked in. Thunder trailing by 6. Outside Westbrook. Outside George. Adams with the screen on Brogdon. Stolen by Brogdon. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Here's Bledsoe. Feeds it to Middleton. Takes a 3. Here's Henson. Goes back up. Here's Antetokounmpo. Outside for Bledsoe. The tray. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see. And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Now here's Middleton. Here's Antetokounmpo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And really, Antetokounmpo never stops attacking. I mean, he's always in attack mode. He really forces the defense's hand. He keeps pressure on them at all times.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. Thunder trailing by 8, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
He just threw that possession away. Hopefully he learns from that and doesn't make the same mistake again.
Milwaukee has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Now Brogdon. Henson with the screen. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting. Excellent concentration from the deep. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Patterson, that's good.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Now here's Bledsoe. The feed to Antetokounmpo. Henson with the screen. Antetokounmpo dishes to Henson. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Adams, the pass to Westbrook. Stolen by Brogdon. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. 24 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And, you know, we continue to see Antetokounmpo shoulder more of the load. A remarkable offensive play.
Screen by Adams. And George kicks to Adams. 6 on the shot clock. Now the dish to Patterson. Drills the baseline jumper. Patterson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Here's Brogdon, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Now here's Westbrook over Bledsoe. Not enough on that one as it misses. Middleton outside. Patterson against Antetokounmpo. Middleton for 3. Milwaukee with a fresh 24.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
The offensive rebound. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Greg, the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him, and he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Milwaukee now. At one point, they led by 16. Bledsoe dishes to Antetokounmpo. He kicks it to Middleton. And Adams sends it back.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Guys, it's their hard work inside that has them out in front, but they can't let off now. They've got to keep it going.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
And Henson kicks to Antetokounmpo. Middleton the pass to Henson. Ogden against Westbrook. 4 on the clock. Bledsoe for 3. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 6 assists here tonight. George with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton. Adams sets the pick for Anthony. He dishes it to Westbrook. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook drops them both.
He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
Henson with the screen. Westbrook against Bledsoe. Misses from close range.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now. And with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
And here's Bledsoe after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. Henson in the post. Adams on him. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Now here's Anthony. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go. Anthony dishes to Westbrook. It's in! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
So tough to stop Westbrook right now.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Bledsoe passes to Middleton. There's a screen. Money!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're behind by 3. 35 seconds left in the game. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight. because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
Westbrook kicks to George. Pass to Carmelo. Adams with the screen on Middleton. Here's Westbrook. Westbrook missing again. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They trail by 5. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Adams dishes to George. Shoots from the elbow. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
2.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
For 3, Westbrook. The putback.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass there. That'll let them work the clock even more.
And so the Bucks take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jabari, you guys really got after it tonight. Is this the kind of mentality you want to impose on the other team?
Just as long as I stay aggressive, you know, don't rush the game, don't get outside of my game, but continue to play hard.
Well, you got your teammates looking for you tonight, Jabari. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.